Today I'm going to talk about my favorite mechanism in Parade. Parade is a game that I once owned. I played it once and didn't really enjoy it, didn't really get it, and unfortunately I gave it away to charity. And it's unfortunate because I played it again the other day and I really, really enjoyed it as kind of a light, like 20-minute game. Parade is something that I love to see in games that have randomness with like dice or cards related to numbers. In games like this, I love to see it when high numbers are just as good as low numbers and vice versa if used in an optimal time and an optimal way. Parade does this through a core mechanism that I need to describe a little bit so this makes sense. So in Parade, at any given time, there's a bunch of cards in the middle of the table. They're randomized cards, and the number kind of varies depending on the time of the game. But say there are 5 or say 6 cards on the middle of the table. I take a card from my hand. My cards are numbered 0 through 10. They're also random, so I might have a bunch of low cards, a bunch of high cards, some cards in the middle. What I'm doing on my turn is I'm taking one of those cards, I'm putting it at the end of the parade, and then I'm counting card by card down the parade to see which cards I actually need to look at. So in this example, say there are 6 cards in the parade. I play another card on the back of the parade. I play my card, and say it's a 4. And so that means I'm going to count off 1, 2, 3, 4. I won't look at those 4 cards in the parade. I'll only look at the 2 at the front of the parade. And those cards, I'm trying not to take them into my tableau. You're trying not to take cards in this game. I get to ignore those cards. I get to not take them if they are higher than the card that I played. So if I played a 4 and those cards are 5 or higher, I don't have to take them. Or if they're a different color than the card that I played, I don't have to take them. If I played like a red 4 and there was a red 7 at the front of the parade, I would still have to take it because it's a red card. We won't talk about colors here, but that is relevant for the game. I'm more focused on the numbers. So this is where the game really excels in a diversity of numbers and making all the numbers relevant. Sure, you are excited to get a 10 in your hand because a 10 means that when you play it, most likely, unless there are more than 10 cards currently in the parade, you're probably not going to take anything because the 10 is just going to skip over the first 10 cards. You don't have to look at those 10 cards, and you go to the front of the parade. So 10s are great, 9s are great, 8s are great. But on the other end of the spectrum are the 0s, the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s, because with those numbers, even though you are looking at a bunch of cards in the parade, so if you play a 0, you're looking at every card in the parade. There's no card lower than 0, and so you don't have to look at any card you don't have to take any card that's lower than 0. There might be some 0s in the parade, so you may want to not play a 0 when there's a 0 in the parade. And the colors are also a factor. But basically the idea is even if you play a low number, because you're only looking at cards that are equal to or less than that number, it can be very good at certain times. So you're kind of trying to gauge, like, when do I play these high cards and just skip over everything in the parade, versus when do I play these low cards based on what's currently in the parade, knowing that I don't have to actually take them because they're higher than the number that I played, or they're not the color of the card that I played. I love this stuff in games when numbers, all levels of numbers are relevant to the game. They're good at different times. This is the case with dice and cards and probably other random elements with numbers too. If you have a game that uses numbers in this way, where numbers are relevant in different ways, low and high numbers, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Or if I've missed something in Parade that you really love that you want to talk about, I'd love to hear about that as well. Thanks.